day. Now I've been smoking, you been smoking, we been smoking all day. I be smoking, you been smoking, we been smoking all day. You be smoking, she be smoking, he be smoking all day. Blowing kush, it ain't face from overseas to the USA. I got that blueberry, raspberry, and we keep that juicy fruit.
3, 2, 1, and action. What's up, everybody? It's Tony Tone. Welcome back to Snerbidge, the podcast. And happy Christmas days. It's December, Christmas days. Hooray. I get to spend all my money on my children. No, dude, I like, when I was in my 20s, I really wasn't like all about the whole like, hey, let's get in the Christmas season and all that shit. And I don't know, man, ever since I hit my 30s, it seems like it's gotten a little better. And I just, every year I'm a little more jolly and merry during the Christmas years. So yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. I got some stuff from the dispensary, and it's called OG Winehouse. Hopefully it's not laced with crack or some shit. Fucking OG Winehouse. It was expensive, though, so we're going to check it out right now. And, you know, I'm going to say this, guys. I have gotten a lot of people in my day-to-day, you know, face-to-face, as well as online and stuff like that, texting me and stuff, and you know, a lot of my crowd that listens to this is friends of mine from my past and everything. But there are a few stragglers that have found me. But the one thing that I love hearing the most is people saying, "Hey, I smoked weed with you today. Hey, I smoked while I listened to your podcast today." And that's just amazing, because that's exactly what I wanted to do this podcast for. For, you know, those people who might not have anybody to smoke with, because not everybody has anybody to smoke with, you know? So let's smoke some weed together. Let's smoke some weed about it. This is the OG Winehouse, and let's check it out. Oh, that tastes good right off the bat. Holy, yeah. God, it almost like, it tastes like nugget, but it smells like swag a little bit. It's kind of weird. OG Winehouse, right? Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's not too harsh. Notes of, I don't know, like raspberry or something like that. I don't know. Let's hit it again. See what we got. Yeah, that's good. It fucking tastes good. That's an immediate state of euphoria. Holy crap. So, we had a new dog about a month or two ago, and he's a husky, and so he's a dick. And he's kind of getting used to our family, you know? But the one thing is, he doesn't want to come inside like ever. Like ever. He never wants to fucking come inside. Especially now that it's snowing and stuff. He just wants to bury his fucking body in the snow now and everything. So I came up with a plan, because we have to put him on a leash to take him inside. We have to take him from our fenced-in backyard to our house, which is not attached to our fenced-in backyard, you know, like that. So he will never come to us. He just sits there and he plays, and he's being a dick. And I love him, but he's a dick. So I came up with this ingenious plan. I'm just going to leave his leash on him while he's outside. And then that way, all I have to do is get within like 3 feet of him, which he'll let me get like within like 3 or 4 feet of him. And then he darts. But I'll get like 3 feet within him. And then I just step on his leash and he can't fucking go anywhere. And then it's like, ha, motherfucker, coming inside now, bitch. So I've been doing that. Okay, cool. The wife tries to do that. I'm fucking 300 pounds, bro. The wife's $130 at that. That's the maximum that she could be right now. The wife's at $130. She steps on that leash and he fucking takes off, and she went midair. I feel so bad that I didn't catch her. Like, but it was like it was in slow motion, but it was also so fucking sped up too. It was so stupid. But she like fucking, he whips that fucking thing out from underneath her foot, and she fucking flies and lands right on her fucking tailbone, dude. Ow. And I was right there. She's like, "Don't touch me." I'm like, "Okay, I won't touch you, man." You know, and you know, the dog is sitting there barking his ass off and stuff. Like, "Hey, my owner just got hurt." You know, like we're kind of actually like impressed by that. Like he was like, "Oh no, you know, danger, Will Robinson." And so finally, I put the dogs inside. I come back out, and she is still on the ground crying, you know. But she told me, like, you know, put the dogs inside, come back out and help me. I was like, okay. I come back out, and she's like half crying, half laughing, and so I help her up and everything, and she's like, "My fucking tailbone." And I was like, "Oh, great. Well, I'm not gonna have sex for like 8 fucking weeks now, but oh well, you know." So I feel so bad for her, you know, and you know, she's the nicest, sweetest girl in the world, and so it just sucks when she gets hurt. So we go to the store yesterday. And we're walking around a supermarket, you know. I felt like people were looking at me. Like I did something to this girl. Like I fucking like, you know, like, oh, what did this 300-pound dude do to this 130-pound weakling? It's like, you know, we played just the tip, but the whole thing, you know, like she looks like she got gang raped by a pack of silverback gorillas or some shit like that while she's walking through. Like, I just feel everybody's eyes on me like, dude, what the fuck did you do to this poor thing? It wasn't me, man. It was a dog. Oh, wait. The dog knocked her down on the ice. Okay. It's like, I just felt so bad, and I felt like everybody was looking at me like, dude, what the fuck? Fuck that shit. Fuck that dog. I love that dog, but fuck that dog. He's an asshole. But no, he's a good dog, and he's smart. Except for when you put stuff in your pockets, like I had a bone. Like he's super smart. He's smarter than any of the other animals we've ever had. I swear to God, he's super smart. But like I had a bone in my hand. That was actually the same night. I had a bone in my hand that we bought at the store and shit, and then I put it in my pocket, and also he's like, "Where'd it go?" Like looking around the yard for it and shit like that. And I'm like, dude, I just put it in my pocket, man. Like, you're not that fucking smart. So yeah, please pray for my wife's booty. It's beautiful, and I don't, you know, I want to touch it again. But no, so she's kind of, and thankfully it happened on like her first of like 4 or 5 days off, so she has some time to recoup. She's actually at the doctor presently, having her butakin looked at, which she actually told me like a long time ago she broke her tailbone, and the way that they had to check was stick their finger, like this woman had to stick her finger up her butt. I don't know. I never had my tailbone like checked. I fucked my tailbone up before, but I knew the doctor wasn't gonna be able to do nothing but prescribe me pain meds and shit. So I was like, fuck it, screw it, whatever. But no, so yeah. That's what's going on with her right now. So just, you know, you just pray for her. You just pray for her. I want to say it was really awesome having my buddy Adam on the show, the last show. If you haven't listened to the last one, the Herges Kirch Gosler, what was it, 232? Yeah. Speaking of which, OG Winehouse time. Jesus. Holy fuck, that's good. Jesus Christ. Some weed really hits you hard, man, like quick. Whew. But no, it was amazing having my buddy Adam on. Like, seriously, dude, I met Adam. Here's how I met my buddy Adam. We were in junior high. I didn't have any friends, man. Like, nothing that you could call, like, really good friends, you know? I was weird. I've always been weird. To this day, I don't make friends very easily. People don't really gravitate towards me in a friendly manner. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's always been my thing though. Like I've had this problem since I was a little kid, going up to my parents saying nobody likes me. You know, nobody fucking likes me and shit. But I have a lot of friends around the fucking world, and the ones that have let me into their circle, you know, and let me into their lives and stuff like that. We have a bond that you know, wouldn't even imagine. And so it was really cool. But I was I was in fucking junior high, and I was playing football, and we were practicing. And this particular day at practice, our coach goes, "We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to just switch it up, and everybody's going to play a different position." It was like a fun day or something like that. Like you ever get those in fucking football. But they put me at quarterback. I am not a quarterback. Never thought I could be a quarterback. Never wanted to be a quarterback because I can't throw a fucking football. Like, I can throw a football, man, but it ain't going to spiral like Tom fucking Brady, okay? Like, there was guys out there that could spiral the ball. Like, dude, you know, looks so smooth. Looked like a computer-generated fucking football, man. It was so beautiful. But they put me in as quarterback. Okay. So... You know, I fucking fade back with the ball. I'm looking around. I see this little fucking dude run into the end zone from my team and shit. And so I fucking chucked that ball up as hard as I could, man. Fucking wounded duck the whole way. Whack, whack, whack. Fucking the ball's just fucking fumbling over itself in the air. This little fucker catches it. Touchdown. It's a big fucking thing. Woo. You know, it was like the end of an 80s movie. Everybody's cheering and shit, you know. Come to find out, you know, this dude comes up to me and, you know, we fucking high five and shit, whatever. I don't know. Come to find out this guy's name is Adam. Later that night, I wanted to go to the skating rink. I don't have any friends, though. And it was like the first time I'd ever wanted to go to the skating rink. And I was really nervous because I didn't have any friends, you know. It was funny because, you know, you get into football, and I was a big guy, and I was a fucking machine, dude. I quarterback sacked so many fucking times. Like, at one point, my coach told me that I had more sacks than anybody on, like, the high school team had that year or something like that. So I was a fucking animal, man. And, so, like, you get those fake people, you know. Okay, people in school are popular for one of three things. Either you look good, you come from money, or you're really good at sports. All of a sudden, like, people wanted to buddy up to me and shit like that because I was a fucking machine in football. And I was really fucking good at what I did. And all of a sudden, and that was like my first foray into like the fakeness of others. Because finally I had people that wanted to, like, you know, talk to me and stuff like that. But I just felt, it felt so unrealistic. And like right there, I was just like, wow, that's a bunch of bullshit, dude. Don't you fucking come talk to me like, you know, like you're my buddy and shit now. Just you know, it went a week ago before I started playing football, I was the scum of the fucking earth to you. But now just because I can wipe the fucking field with a fucking quarterback, now you think I'm cool enough to talk to you? Fuck you, bro. You know, I don't like fake people. And that was like my first foray into that world. I don't even want these fucking people talking to me now, even though they are talking to me now, because it's like, dude, you know, there's nothing about me that you are finding cool about me except for the fact that I'm good at sports, and that's crap. Like, there's more to me than that. Plus, I hated football practice. Like, I hated coaches. I hated the whole aspect of, you know, if you don't do well, you're gonna run till you puke. We're gonna do 2 a days and 3 a days and just all. It's like, dude, I'm here to have fun, bro. This doesn't seem like a lot of fun to me. I had broken fingers, dislocated fingers, fucking broke my goddamn sternum, like all sorts of shit, dude. Football was not. It was a long ways from fun for me. But anyways, I digress. I'm sitting there and I'm in my house and my mom's like, well, what's going on? And I was like, well, I really want to go to the skating rink tonight, I don't have anybody to go with. And she's like, you told me about that kid that caught that ball at the, and you said that, you never really seen him before and never really talked to him before. And he's kind of, doesn't seem to have a lot of friends just like you and everything. She's like, why don't you call that kid up? And I had to rack my brain for his fucking name. And finally I was like, I looked through our yearbook and I was like, there he is. And fucking Adam G, man. So I felt like we had a student directory. And so I called him and I was like, hey man, you want to go to the skating ring with me? And he was like, sure. And that was the start of it, dude. But he was there with me through my parents' divorce and all the bullshit that, that fucking entailed. And he was there with me through my mom's first relationship post my dad, but actually during my dad still. Like, I love you, Mom, but you totally cheated on Dad. And I totally knew about it. And I was totally okay with it because my parents were so distant that it didn't really fucking matter to me. But, he was there for me for a lot of things, man. Like my first girlfriend and, lots of, somewhere I have a box of notes that he sent me. We would send notes to each other during school and shit and what we're going to do that night or that weekend and everything. So yeah, Adam G, man. He's, he's had some issues in his life, haven't we all? But I really think that he is right now in probably one of the best places he could be. And as much as he dogs on his ex, and I even dogged on his ex in the last one, as much as he dogged on his ex, she's raised his boys really, really well. And that's one thing I wanted to say to him on that was, regardless of what happened between you two, your life went a different way than hers, and she went to the farm, became a redneck and everything like that. But those boys are well-rounded, good kids with a family, and that's, I have personally actually reached out to her because we had a lot of friction, her and I, because I didn't like her. I thought she was a fucking bitch. But we were kids. We were kids, man. We were kids. So I reached out to her a while back after his second wife ended up really being a fucking mess. And I just messaged her and I was like, dude, I just want to let you know that, regardless of our bullshit back in the day, thank you for raising his kids. Thank you for raising those boys and being a good mom to those boys, because that's what needed to happen, So cheers to her. But at the same time, there were a lot of good times that we had that we could have had that were a little stunted by her and her bullshit. And I'm sure that she would hopefully she would say, yeah, probably. OG Winehouse. I threw a little bit more on top here. Yeah, and he was there for me during my when my fiance fucking broke my heart in two back in what was it, 04, something like that. He was there for me. He's been there for me, and it was a true. And he has never in any of the entities. He's only touched one of my other online entities. And it was very recently, and it's just been nice to be able to include him in some of this stuff, even if it's from so far away. It's really nice to have him a part of some of this stupid shit that I do, like Snerbidge the PoTcast. So yeah, here's to Adam G. Let's everybody smoke one for Adam G. Good guy. I've had a lot of friends, everywhere I've gone. I was I wasn't like an army brat, but I moved a few times when I was younger. And it's everywhere I go, I meet, I have a best friend in that spot, and he was my best friend from this spot. My buddy Nick was my best friend from when I was in Missouri. Oh, fuck. my buddy Jesse was my best buddy down in Kansas. My friend Kimmy was my friend out in Wisconsin and shit. You know, fucking yeah. Jesse was the male model. I think I told that story before. I love Jesse. He's like a woodsman out in like the woods of Colorado now, smoking weed and being like a hill person. It's really weird because, you know, he was so. I'm sorry, Jesse, but you were so pretty back in the day. God damn, dude. You were a good looking cat. I mean, you still are, but I mean, you were just like, yeah, man, I had no business being out with that guy. I wasn't going to get laid, but then again, I wasn't looking for that. So, but no, God, dude, it's hard to even fucking, think of, stories with Adam. 'Cause there was just so many. There was one, we went out to Bonnaroo together, the whole trip there, because we had to coordinate and like fucking meet up. Like this was before cell phones were really big. Like not everybody had a cell phone. And if you did, like it was like $4 a minute or something, just a whole bunch of shit. So like we had like an itinerary where it was like, I'm going to be traveling. Where I was like, I'm going to be traveling on, interstate such and such at this time. You guys are going to be on interstate such and such, which intersects this interstate at this time. And we need to make sure that our timing is just right to where we fucking find each other on the interstate. And that's how we fucking played this whole thing. And for some fucking reason, we made it. Like, we actually hooked up on the interstate. And that's when, like, we had walkie-talkies and shit. And, like, I turned it on at a specific time. And they were supposed to turn it on at a specific time. And then all of a sudden, it was just kind of sitting there like, you guys out there? Click. This Tony. Click. And then finally we heard each other. Hey, oh my God, I can't fucking believe it. Oh, we're right here. Okay, I'm going to pull over into this fucking town and you fucking meet me there. It was a fucking mess, but it was brilliant and it was awesome. And then, yeah, we went to Bonnaroo and Jesus fuck. One of the best times, but one of the worst times I ever had at a show. That was my one and only bad trip. And I couldn't even like be around my best buddy because his old lady was being a pill, and so it was like he was constantly in the car with her because it was so hot and she wanted to be in the fucking car and all this shit and where the air conditioning was, and it was like, but I tell you, man, like it was really hot and it was so hard to catch a buzz in that heat that I didn't have much gas in my car. Someday I'll tell more of this story because there's a lot to it. But I've actually been writing like a Fear and Loathing-esque type like fucking story about like us going to Bonnaroo and all the fucking crazy hijinks we got into. But I actually have to wrap this up here in a couple minutes. Fuck, where the fuck was I? It was so hot I could barely catch a buzz, and so I would go into my car, which didn't have a lot of gas, and every once in a while I found this bag of weed out there that was like white. It was green, but it was like there was so much crystals and shit on it that it looked fucking white, dude. It was crazy. And that I had like 3 or 4 different kinds of bud, and that was one of them. And I saved that one for when I would get in my car every once in a while. I would start the car up and get the air rolling and just sit there in the air conditioning for like maybe 5 minutes and chief a bowl down and just, okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. And, catch a buzz and then get back out into that fucking heat, man. But that was like my only serenity place. And that was the bud that I used for that. And it was fucking sweet. Yeah, Bonnaroo 04. God, dude, who did I see there? I saw Dylan, saw the Dead. That was my first time seeing most of these people. Primus, Ani DeFranco. That was a fucking great show. Ani DeFranco put on an amazing show. go on YouTube and look up Ani DeFranco Evolve Bonnaroo 04. I was at it, and that was a great fucking show, dude. She fucking brought it. And that was my first foray into Ani, like really. And so that was really cool. Ani DeFranco is an amazing artist. String Cheese Incident, Mo. I saw Warren. I want to say I saw Government Mule. But no, I didn't see Government Mule. That's right. I saw Warren Haynes with the Dead. That's right. Yeah, man. So many fucking shows and people out there and shit. So yeah, that was an amazingly weird. Jesus Christ, something's happening out there. I think that dog is getting into something. But yeah, man, I just wanted to kind of come on here and talk a little bit about my buddy Adam and me, and just kind of wanted to thank him without him being on here, and just saying, hey man, you know, I would not be the person that I am without him. And it's like, when I have a couple of friends like this, when we're together, man, something is right. Something clicks between us, aura-wise, I don't know. But something clicks between us to where you can just bounce off the other person. And it's brilliant. And there's never a dull moment, man. Same with my buddy Ronnie. I cannot play the game of poker and actually be good at it unless Ronnie is at the table with me. It's the weirdest fucking thing ever, but it's the truth. Anytime I ever play poker with Ronnie, like if we're in a tournament, we're at separate tables and stuff like that and everything, but we're in the same room playing poker together. I'm fucking hitting cards like Doc Holliday. I'm fucking bluffing like Commander Riker. All sorts of shit, dude. But then if Ronnie's not there, dude, I don't know. I have like a nervousness about me, and I don't bet at the right time. I'm fucking, my bluffs are all wrong and shit. You know, I don't know. There's something about that chemistry, you know? And Adam Godel and I just have this thing where we don't even need to say it. We don't need to even, you know, look at it, but we both know it, you know? And yeah, he's my hetero life mate, man. And it was a supreme honor having him on the show. So I need to get going. I've made this a little bit of a short and curly episode of Snerbidge the PoTcast. If you like the music at the beginning or the artwork for the podcast, check out below. Young Stone does the music. Sheldon Starr did the logo for us and stuff. So their information's below. Yeah, man. Thanks for hanging. OG Winehouse style. Yeah, man. Check out the rest of the show. We're on Spotify, at Snerbidge420 on Twitter and on Facebook. Dude, you type in Snerbidge anywhere online, and it's going to lead you right to me, because nobody else has ever said that fucking word, I guess. But yeah, Snerbidge420 on Twitter and Facebook. Hit us up. And if you want me to smoke your weed on my show, you know, if you cultivate your own, you want to say, hey, man, hit me up. If you want to have your artwork featured on my show at all, hit me up. Because I always need stuff to go around in the background and stuff like that, like on the YouTube video and stuff. So I would love to, you know, put people's art up there and everything. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll talk to you before Christmas and everything like that. Pray for my wife's butakin, my wife's booty. It's in pain. And thanks for listening. Have a good day. Hey, 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 hey. Smoke weed every day. Have a good one, everybody. See you next time.
Now I've been smoking, you been smoking, we been smoking all day. I be smoking, you been smoking, we been smoking all day. You be smoking, she be smoking, he be smoking all day. Blowing kush, it ain't face from overseas to the USA. I got that blueberry, raspberry, and we keep that juicy fruit. If you want that 5-hour level, yeah.